Novo capítulo 9. E tem uma nota aqui.
Montefoscoli, November 12th, 1939. My dear daughter, it is with great sadness that I heard what happened. Your transfer and your sufferings are a cause of great worry for me. It will take time, but you'll see, things will improve. They'll treat you and you'll get better again. I pray a lot, every day. Write to me often and tell me if you need anything. I promise I'll do what I can. Try to be strong. Mom.
Ele sai sozinho. Essas notas aqui é da história. Ela lê sozinha e sai sozinha.
I was overwhelmed by loneliness. After that medical examination, I received no more letters from Mom. Why is that man here? Why doesn't she come to see me? Did I make a mistake? It didn't seem like she wanted to abandon me. What did I do wrong? I'd like to be able to reply to her again now, to change things.
Que isso? Ah, escreveu uma carta. Cara, mamãe, por favor, eu imploro que me tire desse lugar, ele me assusta muito. Eles me tiraram tudo. Estou tão sozinha que ninguém mais sabe nada sobre mim. É como se eu não existisse e eles me machucam muito. Não posso mais viver assim, sem um motivo, não consigo mais nem mesmo chorar. Tenho medo que foge do meu entendimento. Tudo está muito confuso. Até mesmo a minha amiga vem ajudar, faça alguma coisa. Você tinha razão, eu sei, errei, eu entendo. Se você soubesse quanta vergonha sinto. Tá isso aqui, tudo confuso. Mas agora tenho certeza que vou me comportar bem. Agora tudo ficará bem, trabalharei e serei muito boa. Não sei mais dizer o que aconteceu comigo. Às vezes não sei mais onde estou. Queria somente poder morrer. À noite tenho sempre a esperança de não acordar mais. Ele me odeia, quer me matar, mas ninguém entende, ninguém acredita em mim.
Perhaps she would have listened to me. Will she reply?
Travou. Jogo. Não. Voltou. Nossa senhora, o que foi isso?
Letters were sent to the archive. It was their job to post them.
Tá, memórias. Tem mais 2 memórias, acho. 2 ou 3. Nossa, já passou da metade do jogo, eu acho. As cartas eram entregues ao arquivo e eles a mandavam. A gente tem que encontrar onde que é o arquivo agora. Acho que é no andar de baixo. Armários. Tá, 12. Armários e arquivos de pacientes. No final desse corredor. É verdade, né? Tem que ver se eu encontro. Depois eu vejo. As notas. As páginas do castelo. Do caderno. Meu Deus. Tá, essas memórias que vêm do nada. Dá pra abrir? Não dá pra abrir a janela. Pô, tem uns desenhos aqui nas paredes bem legal, hein? Mais uma página. 5 de 8, faltam 3. Nada aqui. Nossa, o lugar todo destruído ali. Ala médica, né? Parece. Trancado. Tem um relógio ali no chão. Outra memória. Lavanderia.
When you were sent to a lunatic asylum, you lost the right to possess anything. Everything you arrived with was packed up and stored here, even the clothes you were wearing, in case you were released one day, but far too many never left.
Vicky.
There must be a file with my name in the filing cabinet somewhere.
Tá aqui no ar, né, Amara? Não?
There must be a file with my name in the filing cabinet somewhere.
A chave.
Dear Mother, please, I beg you, get me out of this place. I'm so frightened here. You were right. I know I was wrong. I understand. I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how much. But now I'll behave myself, I promise. Now things will be fine. I'll work hard. I'll be very good. Your daughter, Renee.
Não enviada.
This letter. It was Renee's letter, just as she wrote it back then. But it was never sent. Why? Why did this happen? I received your letter, Mom. You tell me to be patient and strong, while I only feel fear and pain. And you don't write to me anymore. If only these words could be my soul, I'd tell you what was happening to me. The kids want to kill me. They all look the other way and tell me what to do. I don't understand. She helps me, but what have they done to her? Can you tell me? Will you help me? Renee.
Outra carta não enviada. Os caras seguravam todas as cartas, mano. Não enviava nada. Não entregue.
Montefoscoli, July 7th, 1940. My dear daughter, I have received no news from you. You have not contacted me in months. I'm sorry, but I don't have the money to come and visit you. Do you remember Mr. Onofrio? He'll soon be in Volterra for business. I've asked him if he would be kind enough to ask the director for some news about you. I hope he'll bring me some good news when he returns. But please write to me. I know that I was strict with you. You have to forgive me. I didn't think. I've given Mr. Onofrio a new doll for you. You told me that you lost yours, and I know you loved it so much. It's not as nice as your Charlotte, but I hope that it will comfort you nonetheless. Keep your chin up, darling. Everything will be fine, you'll see. Mom.
Nossa, quanta carta. Também não entregue.
Montefoscoli, October 12th, 1940. My dear daughter, I've written 2 letters to you and have received no reply. Every day, I'm anxiously waiting for a letter. Mr. Onofrio's back. He brought you the doll. Do you like it? He told me he was unable to speak to the director, but managed to see you. I pray for you every day. Even Don Gino said a prayer for you during Sunday Mass. Isn't that nice? I've made up my mind, Renee. I'm bringing you home. I've already written to the director. I told him that I'll take care of you. I'm not very well at the moment and can't work, but I'll get better soon, you'll see. And as soon as I can make the journey, I'll come and fetch you. I know you're suffering a lot, but please be strong, I beg you.
Ah, são cartas da mãe que não foram entregues.
Mom is good, but she's not well. That's why that man came. The doll. Renee could have played with it while she was waiting for her to arrive, but Renee didn't have it with her. Is it one of Mom's lies? She knew that she'd hurt Renee and... No, Mommy's good. That man brought it. We've just remembered who he is, haven't we? It was Renee who was wrong. The doll's here. I know that for sure. Perhaps she's been abducted like all the others and is locked up here somewhere.
Tipo, tinha carta que ela enviava e não mandavam. E tinha cartas que recebia, mas não entregavam. Tipo, safados.
Let's look for the second doll. It'll be among the bundles of the patient's belongings.
Caixas com pertences dos internados. Sala de cima, talvez? Pera, a gente já tá no andar de cima. De baixo, então. Observação, sala de espera. Aparentemente nada. Meu Deus, tô ficando tonto aqui com essas giradas. Mais memória. A outra ali se enforcando na janela, mano. Como assim? Ali, mais uma nota. 6 de 8, faltam 2. Bom, talvez... deve ser aqui. É aqui mesmo. Eu tava do lado e eu vazei.
Now we can open the bundle on that table in front of the window.
Sapato.
You see?
Boneca.
Mom was good. I was bad. Mom was worried about Renee and Charlotte. I abandoned Charlotte. We've abandoned her.
Eu tava do lado da boneca, mano. Não acredito.
Let's look for Charlotte. We have abandoned her. Will she still be where we abandoned her, under the warm lights?
Acho que a gente vai colocar a boneca junto com a outra, né? Não. Ué. Ele tá numa cadeira de rodas. Tá girando sozinho.
I didn't do anything. I just obeyed orders. I only obeyed orders. Charlotte has gone away. Mom will come and get us. She loves us, even though we're orders. Leave us alone. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders. Mom will come and get us now. I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders, even though we're bad. Mom won't leave us alone. I didn't do anything. Charlotte gone away. I only obeyed orders.
Meu Deus do céu, que tontura que dá esse negócio.
Even though we're bad.
I didn't do anything. I only obeyed orders.
Todo mundo esperando pra sala do doutor ali, louco. Eu sou o próximo? Que isso? Eu tô furando fila. Não, não, não. Meu Deus, é só não ter lobotomia que tá bom, né? Mentira, nem nada, nada, nada. Não tenha nada. Tá amarrando ela. Mano, pior que até essas freiras, mano, ajuda. Não faz sentido. Que isso? É tratamento de choque, alguma coisa assim? É. Ultra é. Isso não vai ser nada bom. Ai. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Que bizarro. Novo capítulo 11. Os caras não faziam tratamento aqui, né? Eles torturavam os pacientes. Eu tô surdo até agora, olha esse apito.
What was that doctor writing, sitting at his desk?
Então a gente volta pra ver a mesa. Aqui.
September 7th, 1938. The patient frequently indulges in recriminations expressed in an explosive tone of voice. This morning she threw away the milk, saying it was full of urine, spittle, and all kinds of other filth. Crazed, she hears voices that order her to do things. She says she heard children singing and that they were locked up in a school. January 20th, 1939. Introverted, dazed, cannot focus on anything. When questioned and stimulated, she starts crying and weeping. At other times, she laughs. June 1st. Apathetic. Eats very little. She refuses to be touched. Does not respond. Spends her time in the grounds. The cooks report that she sits on a bench in front of the kitchens. October 14th. Return of impulsive behavior. This morning she asked for 2 eggs to make zabayoni, but when she got them, she threw them up in the air. Excited, clamorous, slightly confused, takes her clothes off. December 8th. Tied to bed for 15 days. High-spirited, tends to make witty comments and use vulgar words. Laughs hysterically and pleasures herself. The nurses report that about 2 weeks ago she remained in the showers on her own and didn't want to leave. They said that when they took her away, she swore at them and then lashed out and bit them. 2 nurses had to be treated for their injuries. They've kept her tied to the bed since then. Transferred to the slightly agitated ward, from the care of Dr. B to the care of Dr. C. I was with Amara in the showers. My memories are terrifying. They're not real, are they?
Sim, são todas as criações da sua imaginação. De qual realidade estamos falando? A memória é aquilo que você é, seja real ou não. Pera, aquilo que você é. Criação da sua imaginação.
December 15th. Dr. C. Patient notes. The abnormality of her psychic state has induced her to lead a life which is irregular and tends towards delinquency. Of fickle and flighty character, she regularly discards her household duties and engages in occasional prostitution. Prostitution? No one would have ever believed a lunatic, let alone a lunatic who lives in the worst sort of sin. Could such a person ever have been subject to sexual violence? Certainly not. Her mental deficiency makes her deaf to the reprimands of her family. She has shown suicidal tendencies. She was brought to the ward yesterday, agitated and hysterical. Treated with cardiazol, 2 injections a week for 5 weeks. The therapies removed the light for a while, but also all her will, desire and hope.
O importante era nos manter tranquilas de qualquer maneira. Procuravam fazer você se sentir melhor. Vocês eram almas perdidas. Eram terapias terríveis e dolorosas, mas visava a cura. Eram as únicas que existiam. Procurar um...
It was torture, but we had no choice. Nobody explained anything. No one tried to help us understand. We were like farm animals.
Vocês eram muitas e eles eram poucos. Não era possível fazer de maneira diferente. Tá, pera, eram torturas, mas não tínhamos chance. Ninguém explicava nada, ninguém tentava nos entender. Éramos como os animais em cativeiros. Eles também tinham os pesadelos dentro desses muros. Não sabiam como agir com vocês. Vocês eram almas condenadas, perigosas, amaldiçoadas. Quem devia cuidar de vocês?
June 2nd. After a long period of calm and improvement, the patient is very agitated today and vehemently refuses to submit to a gynecological examination. She swears and curses those helping her, flailing her arms and hitting them. According to reports by Dr. B, the patient has been subjected to periodic checkups since she had a spontaneous abortion about 2 years ago in her 3rd month of pregnancy. Conception occurred after she had sexual intercourse with a stranger who sneaked into the hospital grounds. Details are contained in the charges filed at police headquarters in Volterra, a copy of which is attached to these clinical notes. ES therapy. A spontaneous abortion? It's not true. I can't believe it. How could I have invented things if I didn't even know what they were doing to me?
Aconteceu de verdade, fizeram você abortar, mas era proibido, então escreveram assim. Isso é uma mentira. O que está escrito aqui pode ser falso, ou mesmo uma maneira errada de ver as coisas. Talvez você nem soubesse. Você não pode ter certeza, não é mesmo?
June 13th. The nurses report that she descended into a state of great mental confusion after receiving her mother's letter. She threw her soup over another inmate because she was very anxious, and then punched a nurse. Impulsive, flails about her. She rails against the doctor in vulgar terms while he is examining her, lashes out and spits. Block all correspondence to give the patient no further reason to become agitated. August 20th, tied to bed. The nurses report that the patient is extremely agitated after the visit of a relative or family friend. 2 days later, she is still shouting all the time that he commands her, that she must obey and harm herself, and that she is not Charlotte. All visits forbidden, constrained to bed, and intensification of ES therapy until we achieve results. No contact with the outside. That way nobody knew what was happening within these walls.
A miséria humana vinha atirada e trancada aqui dentro para permitir ao mundo esquecê-la. Quem estava aqui dentro não era mais um ser humano para a sociedade. O importante era somente fazer com que estivessem tranquilas. Não te lembras do que acontecia quando chegavam as cartas? Como você pode julgar? Vai saber de quanto sofrimento te pouparam. É esse aqui.
March 3rd. Alert, correct attitude, replies when questioned. The nurses report that the patient is calm, she washes and looks after herself. She affirms the existence of a certain Amara. She says that Amara is a patient who disappeared when she was moved to this ward. No confirmation. Probably a regressive hallucination. Evaluate transfer. Did I imagine Amara? That's not possible. She was there. I know she was there. I feel it. She must have left some traces of her presence. We can try to find her medical records in the archive where their letters were filed.
Tá, de novo. A gente vai lá nos arquivos. Meu Deus, esse barulho. A gente tá literalmente indo de uma ponta a outra do manicômio. Nossa, tá um barulho muito estranho. Só corri, mano. Mais uma nota, caraca. Falta só mais um. E não, acho que não está aqui. Nossa, eu vim aqui sem querer e encontrei a nota. Ah, ele fecha quando não tem nada de interessante, aparentemente.
Amara B, aged 32,
aqui.
housewife, mother of 2 daughters, married to Mario B.
Tava aberto na minha frente o tempo todo.
Yet she had no children and wasn't married, but that photo, it's her. June 3rd, 1936. Admitted yesterday, showing signs of improvement. June 8th. Cheerful, calm, and tranquil. Her behavior is good and she's keeping herself clean and tidy. Discharged on June 10th. April 28th, 1937. Arrived accompanied by her husband in an anxious and nervous state. Has difficulty speaking, trembles. Discharged May 14th. March 8th, 1938. A few days before Renee was admitted, she told me that she too had been admitted only a short time previously. Arrived yesterday in a febrile state. Discharged March 14th. She didn't leave. Certainly not after a few days. No. June 22nd, 1939. Readmitted once more. The patient shows rapid improvement. Discharged July 2nd. August 1st, 1941. The latest of many admissions due to agitation. Discharged August 27th. She came and went, stayed only for short periods, but I remember she was always with me. What's going on? March 4th, 1942. Back again, the same situation. March 8th. Compared to previous admissions, the patient seems depressed even after a few days, although her demeanor is calm and she is attentive. Discharged March 25th. April 2nd. The patient is distracted and apathetic. Her husband brought her here and said, "She's not eating, doctor. She spends all her time sleeping. I'm so worried, doctor. You know her. You can help her." April 6th. Tuberculosis. Patient transferred to the Maragliano Pavilion and is in isolation. May 3rd, 1942. Death from tuberculosis at approximately 8:30 a.m. Is Amara dead? Poor dear friend, I wasn't even able to say goodbye to you. Enclosed is a manuscript written by the patient, probably in a state of delirium. I'm dying, I know it. I'm losing a lot of blood, bleeding internally too. It's strange. Since I came back in here, I can't stop thinking about that little girl with her sad eyes, her desperation. I only saw her for a short time, it's true, but she remains in my heart. Will she still be here? I hope to God not. I hope she's better and her mother's taken her home. My memories don't match up. What's the point of this? Perhaps my memory is playing tricks on me. Things are not as I remember them, as I see them. But she said she liked me. I just can't understand it. I just wanted to say goodbye to her for the last time. I never even said goodbye to her.
Morreu de tuberculose, mano.
I so want to feel things again. Pain, passion. Feel the damp tears rolling down my face. To remember.